Are you eating pumpkin seeds every day because you have heard they are a superfood for hormones, the prostate, or even sleep, but lately you feel more tired, bloated, or sluggish instead of energized? Here is what most people never realize. The very food that is supposed to support your metabolism can silently backfire if it is consumed the wrong way. And when it comes to pumpkin seeds, those mistakes can trigger reactions in your body that you cannot just undo with a detox tea or a supplement. They create long-term shifts in how your liver, hormones, and metabolism function. Pumpkin seeds are powerful. They are dense with magnesium, zinc, healthy fats, and antioxidants. But just like medicine, the right dose, timing, and preparation make all the difference. Eat them the wrong way, and you can overload your liver with rancid oils, interfere with thyroid hormones, and even slow down testosterone production. Here's what is really going on inside your body. Your liver depends on clean fats to build healthy cell membranes and to process toxins efficiently. Pumpkin seeds, when fresh and raw, contain those clean fats. But once those fats are exposed to heat, air, or light, they oxidize, forming compounds that increase inflammation and insulin resistance. That means your cells cannot take in glucose properly and your fat-burning switches turn off. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your metabolism like the wiring in your home. Healthy fats from fresh seeds keep the wiring smooth and conductive, your energy flows, your hormones stay balanced, and your brain feels clear. But when those fats go rancid, it is like corrosion building up on the wires. The signals short circuit. The body's repair system struggles, and over time, you feel that as fatigue, hormonal imbalance, or stubborn fat gain. So if you've ever wondered why you are doing everything right, eating clean, avoiding sugar, even sprinkling pumpkin seeds on salads, yet still feel inflamed or tired, this video will reveal why. Because it is not about the pumpkin seeds themselves, it is about the 8 hidden mistakes that turn this nutritional powerhouse into a metabolic burden. In this episode, we are going to break down each of those mistakes, from the way you store and roast them to how timing and pairing affect hormone balance, blood sugar, and fat metabolism. I will show you how to correct each one so you can keep all the benefits of pumpkin seeds, like better sleep, sharper focus, and improved testosterone without any of the silent damage. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day. The supplements we're discussing in this video are tagged with the video. You can get them from online stores. By the end, you will know exactly how to use pumpkin seeds as a true metabolic ally and stop the irreversible reactions before they start. Let us dive in. Let us start with the first and most damaging mistake: eating roasted or rancid pumpkin seeds. Most people reach for roasted pumpkin seeds because they taste better, they are crunchy, and they seem convenient. But here is what is really happening inside your body when you consume them. The healthy fats that make pumpkin seeds so valuable, especially linoleic acid and alpha-linolenic acid, are extremely sensitive to heat and oxygen. When these fats are roasted at high temperatures, they oxidize and form compounds called lipid peroxides. These molecules act like microscopic sparks that damage your cell membranes, age your skin, and trigger inflammation throughout your body. Think of it this way. Inside your cells, you have delicate wiring made of phospholipids. These are the fatty layers that protect your DNA and allow nutrients to move in and waste to move out. Fresh pumpkin seed oil keeps this wiring flexible and healthy, but when the fats turn rancid, it is like pouring acid on that wiring. The connections corrode and the signals between your mitochondria, hormones, and enzymes get scrambled. That is how you start feeling more tired, experience brain fog, or notice slower recovery after workouts, even though you think you are eating healthy. What the research shows is that oxidized fats increase free radical formation and interfere with insulin receptor signaling. In plain language, this means your body becomes less efficient at burning fat and more likely to store it. Over time, that slows your metabolism and makes you feel inflamed and heavy, even if you are not eating more calories. Here is another piece that most people miss. When pumpkin seeds are roasted or stored in clear containers, Ultraviolet light breaks down chlorophyll, the compound that gives the seeds their green color and acts as a natural antioxidant. Once chlorophyll is gone, those fats have no protection against oxidation. This is why roasted seeds from store shelves often smell slightly bitter or stale. That is the taste of rancid oil. So what should you do instead? The fix is simple but powerful. Always choose raw, organic pumpkin seeds, ideally stored in opaque packaging. Keep them refrigerated or in a dark, cool pantry to preserve their natural oils. Before eating, you can soak them overnight in filtered water with a pinch of sea salt. This removes anti-nutrients like phytic acid and activates enzymes that help you digest minerals more efficiently. Once soaked, dry them gently at a very low temperature, not roasted, or eat them raw. Here is a simple analogy. Think of raw pumpkin seeds as fresh olive oil and roasted ones as oil left in the sun for weeks. One nourishes your cells, the other damages them. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day. The supplements we are discussing in this video are tagged with the video. You can get them from online stores. When you protect these delicate fats, you are not just saving your metabolism, you are preserving your cellular youth. Your liver, hormones, and skin all respond positively to the shift. The second mistake that quietly sabotages your health is overeating pumpkin seeds without balance. It is easy to assume that because pumpkin seeds are rich in healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc, more must be better. But here is what is really going on inside your body when you eat handful after handful. Pumpkin seeds are primarily composed of omega-6 fatty acids. These fats are essential, but when consumed in excess without enough omega-3 balance from foods like flax, chia, or fatty fish, they become inflammatory. The imbalance causes your body to produce more pro-inflammatory molecules called eicosanoids. These compounds elevate cortisol, stress your liver, and interfere with insulin sensitivity. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your body's inflammation system as a thermostat. Omega-6 fats turn up the heat, while omega-3 fats cool it down. When you eat pumpkin seeds in moderation, the temperature stays steady, but when you overdo it, it is like leaving the heater on all day. Your metabolic system overheats. You feel it as bloating, puffiness, and fatigue. Research has shown that excessive omega-6 intake alters how cell membranes respond to insulin. This means your muscles and liver become less responsive to glucose, leading to higher blood sugar and fat storage. Over time, that pattern contributes to metabolic slowdown and even insulin resistance. Here is the other hidden issue. Pumpkin seeds are dense in calories but low in water and fiber compared to vegetables or fruits. When eaten in large quantities without balance, they slow digestion and can cause constipation or bloating. Many people think this is detox or cleansing, but it is actually your gut struggling to process too much fat and mineral content at once. To keep the benefits while avoiding this trap, the key is portion and pairing. A small handful, about 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons, is enough for most adults. Combine them with a protein source like Greek yogurt, boiled eggs, or a plant-based smoothie. The protein stabilizes blood sugar and enhances zinc and magnesium absorption. Pairing with leafy greens or high-fiber foods like cucumbers and celery also helps escort excess fats through the digestive tract efficiently. You can also rotate your seeds. Alternate between pumpkin, flax, sunflower, and chia. This rotation balances your fatty acid profile and prevents overexposure to one type of nutrient. Here is what you will notice when you find the right balance. Your energy becomes steady, your digestion smooths out, and your focus sharpens. Your body thrives not because of abundance, but because of equilibrium. When you respect the metabolic balance of these fats, pumpkin seeds transform from a heavy, fat-storing food into a clean source of cellular fuel. The third mistake is one that almost no one talks about: eating pumpkin seeds at the wrong time of day. Timing can completely change how your body uses food. The same handful of pumpkin seeds that supports hormone balance in the afternoon can actually interfere with fat metabolism and sleep if eaten at the wrong time. Here is what is really happening inside your body. Pumpkin seeds contain healthy fats, protein, and minerals like zinc and magnesium. These nutrients are powerful, but they activate certain metabolic pathways that are tied to your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock. When you eat pumpkin seeds first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, the dense fats and amino acids stimulate bile release and insulin production before your body's digestive fire is fully active. This can make you feel sluggish or bloated, and over time, it can signal your liver to store rather than burn fat. Now, let us flip to the evening. Many people eat pumpkin seeds as a late night snack because they have heard they support sleep due to their tryptophan content. That is true, but only in moderation and when your blood sugar is stable. When eaten too close to bedtime, especially in large amounts, the fats take longer to digest, keeping your digestive system working while your brain is trying to produce melatonin. The result is restless sleep, shallow breathing, or waking up around 3 in the morning, the exact time your liver is supposed to be in deep detox mode. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your metabolism like a factory. During the day, the factory is in full production mode. It burns, processes, and converts energy. At night, it switches to repair mode. If you send a big shipment of fats to process right before the factory closes, the night crew gets stuck working overtime. That means less energy goes into repair and more into digestion. What the research shows is that late night fat or protein intake elevates nighttime insulin and cortisol, both of which blunt melatonin and slow fat oxidation. That is why people who eat nutrient-dense foods like nuts or seeds late at night can still gain belly fat even with a clean diet. Here is how to fix this timing trap. The best window to eat pumpkin seeds is between midday and early evening, roughly from 12 to 6. During this time, your liver enzymes are active, your metabolism is primed for fat burning, and your body can absorb zinc and magnesium efficiently. If you want to use pumpkin seeds to support sleep, have just a small teaspoon about 2 hours before bed, combined with a piece of fruit like banana or kiwi. The natural carbohydrates from the fruit help shuttle tryptophan into the brain, supporting melatonin production without overloading your digestion. If this is helpful so far, tap the hype button below and consider subscribing. I post content like this every day. The supplements we are discussing in this video are tagged with the video. You can get them from online stores. When you align food timing with your circadian rhythm, every nutrient works smarter, not harder. You feel lighter, sleep deeper, and wake up clearer. The fourth mistake that silently disrupts your internal balance is eating salted or flavored commercial pumpkin seeds. At first glance, those prepackaged varieties look harmless. They are labeled as healthy snacks and sometimes even marketed as high-protein energy boosters. But here is what is really going on inside your body when you consume them. Most commercial pumpkin seeds are roasted in cheap vegetable oils such as soybean, canola, or sunflower oil. These oils are already oxidized before the seeds are even packaged, and when combined with salt, flavorings, or preservatives, they create a metabolic storm that stresses your kidneys, liver, and adrenal glands. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your body's mineral system as a seesaw. On one side is sodium, on the other is potassium and magnesium. They must stay in balance for your nerves, muscles, and hormones to work smoothly. When you eat heavily salted pumpkin seeds, that seesaw tips dramatically towards sodium. Your kidneys must work harder to excrete the excess salt. Your adrenal glands release more aldosterone, and your body starts retaining water to dilute the imbalance. The result is puffiness, bloating, and higher blood pressure, even if you eat clean the rest of the day. What the research shows is that chronic high sodium intake, especially from processed snack foods, depletes magnesium and potassium. These two minerals are critical for insulin sensitivity, blood sugar control, and stress response. When they drop, your cortisol levels stay elevated, your blood vessels constrict, and your metabolism slows down. Over time, this also affects your thyroid, as sodium-driven water retention interferes with cellular oxygenation and temperature regulation. Another hidden danger is the artificial flavoring often added to these seeds. Even natural-sounding flavors can contain monosodium glutamate or chemical stabilizers that overstimulate your nervous system, leading to cravings, anxiety, and fatigue. Here is how to fix it. Choose unsalted, raw, or dry-sprouted pumpkin seeds. If you prefer flavor, make your own. Lightly toss raw seeds with a drizzle of cold-pressed olive oil, a sprinkle of Himalayan salt, and spices like turmeric, black pepper, or smoked paprika. Then dehydrate them gently at low heat instead of roasting. This method preserves the fatty acids and minerals while adding taste without toxic compounds. To restore mineral balance, make sure your diet includes potassium-rich foods like avocado, spinach, and coconut water, along with magnesium-rich leafy greens. Together, they reset your electrolyte ratio and lower adrenal stress. Here is what you will feel once you stop eating the flavored store-bought versions. Your hands and face feel less puffy, your energy feels steadier, and your mind feels clearer. That is your body returning to equilibrium. The fifth mistake that quietly triggers irreversible reactions in your body is ignoring seed freshness and storage. Most people buy pumpkin seeds in bulk or keep them in glass jars on the kitchen counter, thinking they are shelf-stable, but here is what is really happening inside your body when you consume old or improperly stored seeds. Pumpkin seeds contain delicate, unsaturated fats that oxidize quickly when exposed to air, light, or warmth. As those fats oxidize, they produce toxic molecules known as aldehydes and lipid peroxides, compounds that directly damage liver cells, clog mitochondria, and accelerate aging at the cellular level. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of these fats like a ripe avocado. When freshly cut, it is bright and vibrant. Leave it out for a few hours, and it turns brown and bitter. That same oxidation process happens in your pumpkin seeds, only you cannot always see it. The moment they lose that vibrant green color or develop even a faint stale odor, oxidative damage has already begun. What research shows is that consuming oxidized fats raises inflammatory cytokines, stresses the liver's detox pathways, and can alter hormone receptor sensitivity. Over time, this oxidative stress dulls your skin, slows metabolism, and contributes to fatigue and joint stiffness. The body has to use up precious antioxidants like glutathione and vitamin E just to neutralize the damage. Most store-bought pumpkin seeds sit on shelves for months, often in clear packaging that allows ultraviolet light to break down chlorophyll, the natural antioxidant pigment that protects the fats. Once that chlorophyll barrier is gone, oxidation accelerates dramatically. So how do you fix this? Always buy pumpkin seeds in small quantities from a trusted source, ideally in opaque, vacuum-sealed, or nitrogen-flushed packaging. At home, transfer them immediately into an airtight glass jar, store them in a dark, cool pantry, or even the refrigerator. If you buy them in bulk, keep most sealed in the freezer and only open small portions at a time. Here is another overlooked point. Never mix new seeds with old ones. Just like adding fresh oil to burnt oil in a pan, the oxidized batch will contaminate the fresh. To revive slightly stale seeds, you can rinse and soak them overnight, then dry them gently at low temperature. This process can help neutralize surface oxidation, but it will not repair the damage once the oils have gone rancid. Protecting freshness is more than about taste. It is about protecting your cell membranes and your liver's future capacity to detoxify. When you preserve the integrity of your seeds, you preserve the integrity of your body's metabolism. The sixth mistake that turns pumpkin seeds from a superfood into a wasted opportunity is not pairing them with zinc-friendly cofactors. Most people eat pumpkin seeds precisely because they are rich in zinc. It is true, ounce for ounce, pumpkin seeds are one of the best plant sources of this essential mineral. But here is what is really going on inside your body when you eat them without the right digestive environment. The zinc in pumpkin seeds is tightly bound to compounds called phytates or phytic acid. These are natural plant molecules that protect the seed but block your body from absorbing minerals. So you might be eating pumpkin seeds for zinc, but your bloodstream is getting very little of it. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine zinc as a key that unlocks thousands of metabolic doors, from testosterone and thyroid hormone production to immune defense and wound healing. But if phytic acid is holding onto that key, it is like trying to open those doors with the key still trapped in a block of wax. Nothing moves, and your system slows down. What the research shows is that diets high in unsoaked seeds or grains can reduce zinc absorption by up to 50%. This leads to subtle but widespread symptoms: slower metabolism, weaker immunity, low mood, and for men, reduced testosterone. Zinc is also essential for converting thyroid hormones from inactive T4 to active T3, which controls how efficiently you burn fat for energy. Here is how to fix this mistake. Always soak your pumpkin seeds before eating them. Place them in filtered water with a pinch of sea salt for 6 to 8 hours. This simple step activates natural enzymes that break down phytic acid, freeing up the zinc and magnesium for absorption. After soaking, rinse them well and dry at low heat or in sunlight. For even greater benefit, pair your pumpkin seeds with foods rich in vitamin C or stomach acid supporting nutrients. Zinc requires an acidic environment to be absorbed. A small squeeze of lemon juice, a few slices of tomato, or even a piece of pineapple alongside your seeds can significantly enhance uptake. Here is another tip: balance pumpkin seeds with protein or amino acids like those found in eggs, fish, or beans. Protein helps transport zinc into cells through specialized carrier molecules called metallothioneins. When you get this combination right, the difference is noticeable. Your energy stabilizes, your hair and nails strengthen, your focus sharpens, and your hormone levels rebalance naturally. You are not just eating nutrients, you are activating them. The seventh mistake that can trigger hormonal chaos is eating pumpkin seeds during high estrogen dominance or sluggish liver function. Pumpkin seeds contain plant compounds known as phytoestrogens, natural chemicals that can mimic or modulate estrogen inside the body. In a healthy system, they can actually support hormonal balance by gently binding to estrogen receptors and helping regulate the overall hormonal rhythm. But here's what is really happening inside your body when your liver is not detoxifying properly or when your estrogen levels are already high. The liver plays a crucial role in metabolizing and clearing excess hormones, especially estrogen. When your liver is overloaded from processed foods, alcohol, poor sleep, or high stress, it cannot efficiently break down these hormones. As a result, the estrogen metabolites recirculate through your bloodstream, keeping your hormonal thermostat turned up too high. Now, if you add daily servings of pumpkin seeds rich in phytoestrogens on top of that, the effect multiplies. You start feeling bloated, moody, fatigued, and may even notice stubborn fat accumulation around the hips and waist. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your liver as a busy airport security checkpoint. Its job is to process and clear passengers, in this case hormones, so everything flows smoothly. But when the line is backed up and you keep adding more passengers, chaos builds up. Pumpkin seeds, in the context of a sluggish liver, are like sending more passengers into an already crowded terminal. The system jams. What the research shows is that poor liver detoxification combined with phytoestrogen-rich foods can amplify estrogen dominance symptoms. In men, this can lower testosterone levels and contribute to fatigue or lower motivation. In women, it can intensify PMS symptoms, cause water retention, and slow down thyroid activity. Here is how to fix this safely. If you suspect hormonal imbalance or sluggish liver function indicated by bloating, fatigue, or irritability, focus first on supporting your liver before increasing seed intake. Eat more cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and cauliflower. These contain compounds that enhance estrogen metabolism through the liver. Add lemon water or dandelion tea in the morning to gently stimulate bile flow. And make sure you are having regular bowel movements, as constipation allows used hormones to be reabsorbed. When your liver is working efficiently, you can then reintroduce pumpkin seeds in small, balanced amounts, ideally 1 tablespoon per day, to support hormonal equilibrium. Timing also matters. Eating them earlier in the day allows your body to process their phytoestrogen compounds during peak metabolic hours. If you are postmenopausal or dealing with low estrogen, pumpkin seeds can actually be supportive in moderation because their mild estrogenic activity can help maintain bone health and cognitive function. The key, as always, is context and balance. The eighth and final mistake that blocks the full benefits of pumpkin seeds is forgetting the nutrient synergy between magnesium, zinc, and protein. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest natural sources of both zinc and magnesium, two minerals that are foundational for your metabolism, hormones, and nervous system. But here is what is really happening inside your body when you eat pumpkin seeds alone without proper protein balance. These minerals do not work in isolation. They depend on amino acids and enzymes to transport them into your cells, activate them, and help them perform their functions. Without that synergy, most of their potential stays locked up in your digestive tract instead of being used for energy and repair. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of magnesium and zinc as raw materials, and protein as the delivery truck. You can have all the materials in the world, but if there is no truck to deliver them to the construction site, your cells, nothing gets built. That is why many people eat pumpkin seeds daily yet still experience low energy, restless sleep, or weak immunity. Their body has the nutrients, but no transport system to use them. What the research shows is that zinc and magnesium together regulate more than 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. These include insulin sensitivity, cortisol regulation, and DNA repair. But when protein intake is too low, especially in older adults, the absorption of these minerals drops sharply. Here is how to correct this mistake. Always pair your pumpkin seeds with a protein source or in a meal that already contains amino acids. A smoothie with Greek yogurt or a plant-based protein powder, a salad topped with eggs or lentils, or even blending soaked seeds into a protein shake will dramatically improve mineral uptake. If you prefer plant-based meals, combine them with foods like hemp seeds, tofu, or quinoa to maintain the amino acid balance. Also, remember that magnesium and zinc compete for absorption when taken in excess. This means that large doses of either one can block the other. Pumpkin seeds naturally contain both, which is why moderate intake, about 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, is ideal. This balance mimics nature's own ratio and supports optimal enzyme function without creating mineral stress. Finally, ensure you are properly hydrated. Magnesium and zinc operate within an electrolyte system, and without enough water, even the best nutrient synergy cannot function effectively. Aim to drink throughout the day, not in large amounts at once, to keep your cellular environment balanced. When you create this synergy, you will feel it: calmer nerves, deeper sleep, faster muscle recovery, and sharper focus. Your metabolism starts working like a well-tuned engine because the raw materials, transport, and energy systems are finally aligned. We began this journey uncovering 8 common mistakes that quietly turn one of nature's most powerful foods, pumpkin seeds, into a source of hidden harm. We saw how over-roasting destroys essential oils and enzymes, how poor digestion locks nutrients away, and how timing, hydration, and synergy all determine whether your body thrives or struggles. We learned that freshness matters because rancid fats create silent inflammation. We discovered that moderation is not a suggestion, it is a rule your body demands. And we ended with the forgotten principle of nutrient synergy, where magnesium, zinc, and protein must work together to unlock the full potential of this ancient seed. These are not just nutritional tips, they are biological truths that directly influence your hormones, your brain, your immune system, and your longevity. Every choice you make about how you prepare, combine, and consume these seeds sends signals deep inside your cells, either toward repair or decay. Now, here is the real takeaway. The goal is not to fear food, but to understand it deeply enough to use it as medicine. When you correct these 8 mistakes, you turn pumpkin seeds into a daily dose of cellular rejuvenation. You enhance your sleep, calm inflammation, restore hormone balance, and protect your muscles and nerves from age-related decline. Your body is always communicating. Every drop in energy, every change in sleep quality, every ache or craving is feedback. When you align your food with your biology, that feedback becomes positive, energy returns, digestion smooths out, and your mind clears. So starting today, make one small change. Choose raw or lightly roasted seeds. Soak them if possible. Eat them fresh. Pair them with protein. Keep them in balance. And notice the difference in how you feel. Because once you give your body the correct version of this ancient food, you will not just avoid irreversible damage. You will feel younger, stronger, and more alive than you have in years. This is not about trends or superfoods. It is about restoring the language your body already knows, the language of balance, synergy, and healing. And it begins with something as small as a pumpkin seed.